The ocean. Vast and unforgiving, a place of immense power and beauty, but also a place of danger. This is where we find Poon Lim, alone, clinging to a raft. His story, one of incredible survival. Imagine yourself adrift on the open ocean, the endless horizon, the scorching sun, the fear gnawing at you. This was Poon Lim's reality, a hostile world with no land in sight. His fight for survival was about to begin. Poon Lim, a young Chinese seaman, found himself in this desperate situation. His ship, a British merchant vessel, had been sunk by a German U-boat during World War II. He was the only survivor. The torpedo struck with a deafening roar. Chaos engulfed the ship. Poon Lim scrambled for his life. He grabbed a life jacket, a desperate act in a dying ship. He jumped overboard just as the ship slipped beneath the waves. The ocean was a maelstrom of fire and debris. He managed to find a life raft, a small square of hope in a sea of despair. He clambered aboard, gasping for breath. The enormity of his situation hit him, alone, lost, facing the unforgiving ocean. The life raft was basic: a few biscuits, a small supply of fresh water, a flashlight. Crucially, it had some fishing supplies. These meager supplies were all that stood between him and death. He took stock of his surroundings. Nothing but endless blue in all directions. The sun beat down relentlessly. Hunger and thirst gnawed at him, but Poon Lim was a survivor. He wouldn't give up. He rationed his food and water carefully. Every drop, every crumb, precious. He knew he had to find a way to sustain himself. The ocean, his enemy, also held the key to his survival. He had to find a way to make it work for him. Days turned into nights. The sun, his constant companion. Hunger gnawed at his stomach. He knew he had to find food. He had a plan. He would use the supplies on the raft to catch his own. His first attempts at fishing were unsuccessful. Frustration mounted. Then, finally, a tug on his line. A fish. He reeled it in, his heart pounding. His first meal in days, the ocean was providing. He became a skilled fisherman. He learned to catch rainwater. He even managed to kill a seabird that landed on his raft, using its flesh and feathers for sustenance and warmth. His will to live was strong. He was adapting to his environment, becoming one with the sea. Section 5. Hunger and Thirst. Hunger and thirst were constant companions. The relentless sun sapped his strength. His skin blistered and sore, his body pushed to its absolute limit. He dreamt of food, of fresh water, of his family. These thoughts fueled his determination. He refused to give in to despair. He would survive. He had to. He battled storms, rode towering waves, faced down his own mortality. Each day, a victory against the odds. His story, a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure. Section 6. Guardians of the Deep. One day, a shadow in the water, a shark. The sleek predator circled the raft, its black eyes cold and calculating. Poon Lim knew he was in danger. He grabbed his makeshift knife, a crude weapon against such a creature. The shark lunged. Poon Lim met its charge head-on. He stabbed at the creature with all his might. The water turned red. The shark thrashed and disappeared into the depths. Poon Lim had won. He was a survivor. He had stared death in the face and emerged victorious. Section 7. The Will to Live. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Still, Poon Lim clung to life. His body was weak, but his spirit remained unbroken. He refused to give up hope. He marked the passing of time on a makeshift calendar. He sang songs to keep his spirits up. He talked to himself, to the sea, to anything that would keep him sane. He was a man alone, fighting for his life. His story is a testament to the power of the human will. He never gave up. He never lost faith, and in the end his determination would be rewarded. Section 8. Land ahoy! Then one day a miracle, a break in the endless blue. Land. Poon Lim could barely believe his eyes. After 133 days adrift, he was saved. A Brazilian fishing boat spotted his raft. They pulled him aboard, weak and delirious. He had lost weight, but he was alive. Against all odds, he had survived. He spent weeks recovering in a hospital. His story made headlines around the world. He became a symbol of hope, of resilience, of the indomitable human spirit. Section 9. A Legacy of Resilience. Poon Lim's story is an inspiration to us all. It teaches us that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. It reminds us that the human spirit is capable of incredible things. His survival techniques were studied by navies around the world. His story became part of survival training. He didn't just survive, he changed how we think about survival. Poon Lim, the man who survived 133 days on a raft, a true survivor, a legend. His story will continue to inspire generations to come.